What is up, Zero Gang? My name is Castle Zero Vlogs, and today we are going to be talking about Mayweather's daughter and just why personally I am not interested in having a daughter myself. Now, I'm not saying all men shouldn't want daughters, but I personally am not interested in having a daughter for these exact reasons. Now, if you guys are interested to know what this topic is about, pretty much Floyd Mayweather's daughter ended up stabbing a girl. For what reason, I'm not sure, but she's going to prison because she ended up doing a brutal stabbing. And we're talking about a woman whose father is worth over 20, 30, 40 even million dollars. I believe Floyd Mayweather's net worth is like 100 million, or I wouldn't be surprised if it's 200 million at this point. But we're gonna be getting into this, and if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Help me get my video out there in this jungle that we call YouTube. Without further ado, we're gonna be getting into this. I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts on this whole daughter thing, and just, man, this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. So let's get into the video. So it goes on to say, Yaya Mayweather facing 20 years in prison over brutal stabbing. Yaya Mayweather is facing 20 years in prison after she was arrested for the stabbing of Lampatra. What type of ghetto name is that? LaPantra Jacobs. Wow. Oh, it's one of youngboy's exes. Okay, that makes way more sense. Youngboy comes from the gutter. So that makes a lot of sense why I can't pronounce that ghetto name. That's a ghetto name. One of NBA Youngboy's exes and a mother of one of his children in the arm back in April. So she stabbed her up in the arm. It says Trisha, whatever her name is, I can't pronounce that, man. Lapatra. I'm saying her name right. Let me know how you pronounce her name in the comments. Lapatra, whatever her ghetto name is, has claimed that since the stabbing, she cannot fully extend her arm and that she cannot flick her wrist. Her injury has affected her ability to grip things and pick up things. So this is her right here. Now, I cannot show this video because on YouTube, they don't allow you to show just like scars and gruesome stuff or just anything of the sort. So keep this monetized. I cannot show you guys this video, but if you guys are interested in watching the video of her flicking her wrist and showing that she doesn't have the right motion when it comes to her wrist, I can put the link in the comments below. But I can put the link in the description below. But simply let me know if you guys want me to do that, because you know I have to go back and find the link. Let's say Yaya, I'll call her Maya. Oops, her name is Yaya. Was charged with aggravated assault. She was released from jail after her bail was set at $30,000 last October. That's what I'm talking about, a rich daddy, if I ever seen one. At the time, Yaya claimed she acted out of self-defense as the chick with the ghetto name allegedly pulled her hair in April. Ghetto name celebrated a year since the attack. I don't understand the celebration, but to each their own. The last bit of the article says, today, around this time, made a year for my injury and still not completely healed. Not heal, is healed. She wrote on Twitter, just looking at these pictures hurting me. I don't want nobody. Anybody. I don't want anybody. I don't want anybody is the right term. But she goes and said, I don't want nobody go through all the SH I've been through, not even my worst enemy if I had one. Those grammatical errors are very hard to read, but this is what she says next. So that's her official Twitter post right there. I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts on Yaya. I said Maya, but her name is Yaya Mayweather. So my final thoughts on this whole thing is that no matter how rich you are, no matter how successful you are, whether you're a good father or a bad father, I feel like females, they just kind of go on their own track. I've seen really great parents and their daughter becomes to be like a thought. I've seen really great parents and their daughter is just wild, you know, drinking cum every day, so to speak, you know. I've seen bad parents and then their daughter turns out to be really successful, really, you know, with good shoulders on her head. Again, a set of shoulders on her head, with a really good head on her shoulders. I'm acting like the ghetto chick now. But, you know, I've seen this stuff before, and I feel like you just cannot raise a daughter. They're gonna do what they want. Like, when they're a little girl, it's fine, but as soon as they hit puberty, they're just not your little girl anymore. They're somebody else's little girl. And I don't think there's a problem that they grow up, but I do think there's a problem that you can't, you know, discipline them, so to speak. Like with a son, you know, a son knows the boundaries, right? You can raise a son to be successful, and I feel like you can raise a son to be like a replica of yourself, you know, like a hardworking, you know, if you're a CEO, you can teach your son how to be a CEO. If you are a, you know, if you own your own business, your son will probably want to take the business after you and make it even better. But with a daughter, I feel like it's just, they just do their own thing, you know, and I mean, you know, some people may want that, but as a man who wants to, you know, continue and start a legacy, you know, I'm the foundation, I'm starting it myself, right? And when I have my son, he's going to carry it, and then we'll have the foundation of wealth because I started it. But with a female, I feel like they just don't do that. They just do their own thing. I actually know a person that lives in the state. Her father owns the Dutch company. I know her in person. So her father, you know, is rich. And it's crazy to me because she doesn't even have to pay any rent, right? So she can live anywhere without paying rent. And she's just like a druggie, a stripper. And it's just crazy to me that she struggles with money all the time. I'm like, you don't have to pay rent. You literally don't have to pay rent anywhere you go. How are you struggling? Why are you so loose? Why are you such a, you know, just a talentless female? You have all the work, you have all the time in the world to improve yourself and start your own business. She has no rent, guys. That's the biggest expense anyone has, is their rent. She could live in a place that costs $30,000. I wouldn't say million, but $30,000 a month. She doesn't have to pay a dime. The company, her dad's company, pays for it. And that's like her thing. No matter what happens to her, she doesn't have to pay rent. And I feel like it's crazy to me because I couldn't imagine me not having to pay rent and then still struggle, still be a thought, still do all this stuff. And it's just like with a son, I feel like a son will take better opportunity of it. I'm not saying all sons, but it's more likely a son will take better opportunities of the situation and the, you know, I guess you say the privilege that he has, and a female just won't. A female wouldn't, you know, realize the type of advantage that she has. And I've talked to her many times about this. She's just like, it makes no difference to me. I just always have free rent. It's like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, you could be so successful, and she chooses just to just be a thought. I don't know what it is, but females just really enjoy that. And I don't know if Floyd Mayweather was a good father to this female, but my point is that I feel like a son, if you're really into building a, you know, enterprise, so to speak, I feel like a son is just better for that, and a daughter just, they just do foul stuff, man. I don't know why. I've seen videos of a daughter who gave this guy a BJ, you know, still had the bus residue on her mouth, and came to her dad and kissed him on his cheek. So he had, you know, the residue on his cheek, and he didn't know it. She was recording it, laughing. Only females do that type of stuff. I'm not saying all aren't like that, but only females do that type of stuff. You will never see a son do that to his mother, a son do that to his father. Females are just like that. And I think this is a really good example of having one of the richest men, black men even, in America, and your daughter still turns out this way. Now, I know Floyd probably isn't the best father, but it's just principle, right? For all that money and all that power, his daughter still turns out the same as any other person's daughter. You guys get what I'm saying? So that is my thoughts on the whole thing. Obviously the stabbing's bad, but this whole article was kind of self-explanatory. But I kind of want to get my own thoughts on just, it's sad to me. I don't know what women's problem are. I don't know, I'm not a female, so I don't really understand it. But I have taken notice that this is a female thing, and you know, if that's what you want out of your daughter, or you still want a daughter, I think that's fine. I want to make sure that's very clear. I don't think it's a problem for people to want to have a daughter, but for me specifically, I do not want a daughter for these reasons that I listed, and the reason that, look, no matter how successful you are, you cannot pass that down to your daughter. And for me personally, I'm trying to really be the foundation of wealth and build my family up and be a millionaire, so my son doesn't have to work, and all he has to do is, you know, start his own business or just uphold my business, etc. So yeah, that's why I want a son. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are. What do you guys think about Yaya, you know, stabbing this female? What do you guys think about a daughter versus a son? What do you guys want to have, a daughter or a son? There is no right or wrong, you know, answer. It's just, you know, perspective and preference. So I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe and comment. Help me get my video out there in this jungle that we call YouTube. I do it a lot slower because when I do it fast, I get a head rush So I'm doing it slower. Remember, I'm not arrogant, I'm just confident, and thank you for watching.